3T network. It's it's a crypto revolution. We all know that. I mean, there's nothing new here. A lot of people are already in crypto, but not everybody. Why? Because last year we knew that Bitcoin was at $800, $900. It went up to almost $11,000. Right now it's at. Ethereum was at maybe $8 last year. It's up to $1,000. Well, more than that. Litecoin was $4. It's up to 190, maybe at 200 right now. I haven't looked there today. Ripple was at 0.0065. So the amazing growth of cryptos is crazy in 2017. You could actually buy coins, sit on them, and make a lot of money. Well, you know what? 2018 is going to be even more ridiculous because 2018 you have, see what happens here is simple. You had people that had the vision that came in early. They bought a lot of Bitcoins, Ethereum when it was cheap. Then you have people like me that when you started realizing that this was real, I started running after it. Well, now you also have big boys like Wall Street and all these guys are coming in. And I mean, these guys are pumping in tons of money and they're just making the markets go up and down. And, they're having fun with us because they make it go up. People start jumping in like crazy and they take all their money out there and they're buying low. They're just laughing at everybody else. And of course, finally, you also have the majority of all the other population. I mean, not everybody knows about Bitcoins. I work at a dealership, and basically, I speak to Bitcoins to people, and some of the people say, yeah, but you can't change it for cash, So believe me, not everybody yet knows about cryptocurrencies, but they're starting to hear about it. And now in 2018, it's going to be crazy like you've never seen before. So now that we know it's going to be a gold rush for cryptocurrencies in 2018, what are the 4 ways you can do it? Well, you can buy coins and you can sit on it and they're going to grow. You can also mine it, which is awesome. It's passive, maybe not as lucrative, but it's still good. You can trade it for people that are day traders. I mean, I know some guys that are making some crazy money trading, even more than just buying it. But I also know some guys that are losing money on trading. And finally, you can ICO it. It's probably the most lucrative way of making money with cryptocurrencies, to ICOs. And when I say ICO, I know this guy called Ian. Some of the people know it in our community. This guy started off with $1,000 1 year ago. He bought an ICO. Well, he's smart. He did his research. He found a good ICO. All the money he made with that ICO, he invested it in a second ICO. And again, he did his research and he made money with that one. So every time he made money, he just kept on reinvesting it. And at the end of 1 year, he had $4.5 million or 4.4 with only $1,000 at the beginning of a year. That's the kind of money you can make. It's simply crazy. Now, the problem with ICOs is, which one do we do? Every day, I mean, you're being blasted on Facebook continuously. Hey, join this ICO, join this one. Why? Because everybody gets their bonus, if you sign up under them. They don't even know if it's good, most of them. The honest truth is that you have about, my God, 70% or 60% of the ICOs that are crap. And I'm saying that with all honesty. So 3T Network decided to they didn't decide it because this is something that comes from far away. We have trading light signals that I'm going to show you. It's not day trading. This is trend trading. And the signals come from, my God, it's been 25 years in the making. It's a publishing company that's been using them for Forex and also for their retirement funds. And these signals are just awesome. They converted them to cryptocurrencies about 8 months ago, and they tested them for about 6 months before opening 3T. And you also have an ICO expert in the company that joined up with this other guy. Well, there are 4 owners, and I'll let Ron speak about them in a couple of minutes. You'll love this guy. You'll see there's no hype attitude about him. You know what I love about this company so far? We just started on the 12th of November. We have very big names that came in. I mean, seriously, big names. Big marketers are coming in like all over the place. And these guys came in just because of the product, not even because of the compensation plan, which is wild. We don't even talk about that. And there's no hype attitude. Some companies, they make you come in with hype. There's no hype here. So the signals are awesome. I'll share that with you. But what's even more awesome is the ICOs. Let me give you an example of the ICOs that 3T Network chose for us last month. Here you have 7 ICOs that they gave us a green light on last about 40 days ago. If you look at the first one, and this was updated on the 27th of December. Why? Because they just wanted to give you an example of the ICOs that they gave us a green light on for short-term returns, okay? Most of these are already they're even higher than that, but we'll just look at for the 27th, 1 month after. If we would have listened to 3T Network 1 month ago, they told us, they gave us a green light on Nagago. Well, Nagago, we could have caught it at $1. It opened on the exchange at 154, and on the 27th, it was at 136, giving us a 36% profit. On the second one was Everex. It actually was bought at $1, opened at 162. On the 27th, it was 192, so giving you 92% profit. On the third one, Smart Contract was 230% profit. On QuadStamp was 401% profit. On Etlin, it was 700% profit. On Raiden, it was a big 5,571%, but it's much more than that, okay? It's a Raiden, I think it's at $4 or $5 right now. It's not 0.94, so. And of course, Substratum, which everybody has heard about, we got it at 1 cent. It opened on the exchange at 5 cents. So even at 5 cents, you could have made a ton of money with it. But anyways, on the 27th of December at $1.02, it was a big 10,100%. And right now it's at quite close to $2. So, I mean, people are making crazy money with these things, but which one do you choose? So what 3T Network has done is this. When you sign up, you have a monthly subscription of $139 a month. That includes everything. It includes the traffic light signals. It includes the ICO reports. And wait till you see the ICO reports. You'll see that you're getting a lot of value for that kind of money. So if I'm going to go to my back office and show you the ICO reports. Here you have the 14th of January. This has been just updated. We just got a little scam alert here for one of the ICOs. Well, they just don't give you red, green, and yellow, and that's it. No, they tell you why, okay? The kind of research, listen, I've been doing ICOs for about a year, and I've been researching them myself. The kind of information they're giving us is even better than what I could get on my own. So basically, you have a spreadsheet here that gives you all the ICOs that are presently available. All the green ones are good. You even have some that are green plus, meaning even better. You have red ones, don't touch them. Doesn't mean you're not going to make money with it. It means there's something not ethical about it. Because an ICO, to be good, it has to have a reason. It has to solve a problem on the blockchain or anywhere else. If an ICO solves a problem, it's going to hit the block, it's going to hit the exchange, and it's going to go up in value. That's how we know when an ICO is good. The yellow ones, well, it just means that we wouldn't put our money on it. I mean, you can do your own research if you want to do it. I'll give you an example. Let's say we choose any green one. Restart Energy is green. Well, I want to know why is it green. Well, I can actually go here to my back office, and I'm going to look for Restart Energy. Restart Energy, I'm going to open it up, and it's going to give me all the information that 3T Network found for us, why this is a green. It's a lot of research. You have all the websites, you have the owners, you have why is it built, what is it going to serve, what is it going to solve. A lot of information for each ICO, and you're getting all that information, whether it's a green, it's a green, whether it's a red, why is it red, and if it's a yellow, why is it a yellow. That in itself is worth more than $139 a month. I have a guy called Jesse Moon, he just signed up, he's a big leader, a big YouTube also, he's very good on YouTube. And he came in because of the ICOs. I mean, he loves trading, he does trading, so he doesn't really care about our signals. But he came in for the ICOs. He says, man, Luigi, I looked at all the ICO reports, all the green ones that this company said, and they're all good, Luigi. I said, I know. So he's in. So forget it. It's a no-brainer, you know. So you can actually make a lot of money with ICOs if you know which ones to do. That's for the ICOs. But now they did it one step easier for everybody. Because ICOs, you have to understand something. It's not easy for everybody. Some ICOs, you have to join with one Ethereum. Some you have to join with a couple of Ethereum. And Restart Energy, we have to buy it with $10,000. So not everybody's going to shoot $10,000 on an ICO for the probability that it might work. So 3T Network came up with a cool plan was, how about if we do an ICO done for you for the community? Meaning that once a week, we're going to choose the best ICO for short term, not something that we're going to get money in about 8-9 months down the line. That's not what we want for our members. We want to see returns within 30-40 days. So they choose an ICO that is good. It's probably the best one that they can find at the moment. Once a week, they put it in the back office. So we simply go to our back office here on shopping cart, and it'll be there once a week. It's easy to do because you just click on shopping cart and you have $100, $500, or $1,000. You can buy $100, you can buy $200, you can buy $3,000, whatever the amount. The company then buys it for you and sends it to you right away in your MyEther wallet, because everybody needs a MyEther wallet to get an ICO, and we have videos on how to set up your MyEther wallet. With that, the ICO that we did last week was, I think it was, it was Restart Energy, and it was bought like 4 days ago. We got a 20% bonus because it was bought over $10,000, and the company gave us a 20% bonus for each member. So it's pretty amazing, and it really helps a lot of people in the community that, you know, it's a little bit too overwhelming to sign up, to get verified, and to go through the process of buying an ICO on your own. Plus, you know that there's some ICOs we're not allowed to do in the US, Canada. So basically, we're registered in Canada and we're registered in the US. So right now, it's kind of a gray zone. We're buying whatever we want, and we're checking with lawyers to see if we're legally allowed to buy them for the US in the kind of context that we're doing. Basically, let's understand something here. There's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of companies, sadly, taking advantage of this scene. And it's okay. It's always been like that. The problem is that any company in the US that's promising a security, a return on investment, is illegal. You're not allowed. It becomes a security. And when you promise a security, you're not allowed. That's why they get shut down. That's why we know a couple of companies that got shut down last week. Here, we're not promising any security. We're not promising you any return. We're not keeping your money in any way. We're giving you signals, and you do what you want with them. If we're giving you ICO reports, you do what you want with them. We're not telling you how much to invest, if you have to invest, and nothing. You're just giving you information. So basically, it's a publishing company. That's why we're going to stay open. This is not going to shut down. And Ron, when he comes on later, you'll be able to spell a little bit more about the legality part of it, about the ownership, about the vision of these guys too, and what they're going to accomplish with this company. It's kind of massive. We have ICO reports. We have signals that I'll get into right away. We also have mining. Now, mining, remember, please, this is just a context. It's a added bonus. We're not trying to compete with mining companies. Far from it. The mining is good because when you come in with a package, you can come in with 3 ways of coming in: 149, 499, or 999. When you come in at 499, you get a mining package that's included at the 499 that basically almost, I'm not going to say what because I'm not allowed to say amounts or returns. I can maybe say that, well, hey, can maybe double your money within 1,000 days. So we'll just leave it at that, okay? If you come in at $1,000, you're getting a mining contract that can double your money within 1,000 days. You get a bit of mining each day. But you also get something added at 499. You get 5,000 3T tokens. 3T tokens that are going to be hitting the exchange in March. Since these guys, one of the owners is an expert. He's been working with a lot of ICO launches and very successful in his ICO launches. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what it takes to launch an ICO. So we're launching our own ICO. I thought it was going to be at the end of the year, and we just found out we're launching it in March. So you're actually getting 5,000 tokens at $500 that is going to be hitting the exchange in March. What price, what exchange, we'll know in the next couple of weeks. If you come in at $999, you get the mining contract included. It's done yourself. You just go to your back office. See, I joined like, 3-4 weeks ago. And it took a couple of weeks before my mining started. I go to my back office and my mining is already rolling. I can send it to my wallet. It's my money. Now, the packages, just to get in it quickly, because some people were asking for the product, so I want to just go through it. Basically, you have 499 and 999, which is, I mean, the value of it is crazy because just the tokens itself plus the mining contract is going to make you more than your initial payment. And that's just a one-time payment at the beginning. It includes your monthly auto ship, your subscription, not auto ship. And the second month, well, you just pay $139 to get all the services. I'll get into the traffic light signals, which is pretty awesome, as I'll share with you in a couple of minutes. We're not talking about signals going in and out. The idea of signals here is trend trading. So what they do is that when a signal starts going down, they make you get out. You may lose a little bit at the beginning. And when they start going up, they make you get back in. You may lose a bit. But what it means is that you're getting about 60 to 70% of the dip, which is pretty amazing. Instead of just sitting on a coin and let it go like that, you're actually getting out, making 60% and getting in a little bit more each time. If you would have followed these signals for the last 6 months, because we have a history of the signals for 6 months, you could have easily started with 1 Bitcoin and after 6 months had tripled your Bitcoin. Well, maybe 2.7 if I'm not wrong, with 2.6 Bitcoins within 6 months. I personally have been using them for about a month. I gained about 30% more coins And just the other day, while everybody was freaking out, I made another 20%. So while everybody was freaking out, I was just kind of having a good time about it. It didn't really bother me. So the signals right here, just copy this password. You have not only crypto signals, you have crypto signals, you have signals for gold and silver, and you have signals for Forex, 7 major exchanges, and you also have signals for your retirement funds. This basically, I mean, if you have, not everybody, but a lot of people do, if you have retirement funds and you get a crash of 30%, you can actually save about 25% of your crash. Just put it in money. Like, this is pretty amazing signals, and some big people were using this for a long time before bringing it to 3T Network. So if I'm going to go to the power trade signal, because I won't get into the retirement funds and all that, we'll just leave it for another time. Crypto. Why do we only have the 3 major cryptos? I just want to explain it to you. Because it's the only ones that you can actually have a history about it. You can't create a trend with altcoins and all that, right? So I'll give you an example of Bitcoins. Let's just make it a little bit higher so you can see. This is once a day trading. This is for Mr. and Mrs. Everybody. You know that a lot of guys I know online are doing it, and they're doing an awesome job, but not everybody has that capacity to do it or even has the time to do it, okay? So here it's simple. You just open an exchange, you put a bit of Bitcoin, Ethereum in it, and Litecoins, and these 3 coins, you just follow the signals once a day. We're in a Telegram group on the phone, a little chat, and we receive a little update between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where they say charts updated. When the charts are updated, we go to our back office and we just go to our graph, Bitcoins, number 1, and we look at it. If you look at the graph here, you'll see that the red dots tell us to get out. The green dots tell us to get in. Red, get out. Green, get in. Red, get out. Now, if you look carefully on the Bitcoin, the last time when it crashed a couple of days ago, it told us to get out at the second candle. See, the first candle went down a little bit. We got out at the second candle. It went all the way down for a couple of days. So the next day, we didn't have a signal. It just meant that you sold your Bitcoins, you put it in cash or Ether or whatever. You leave it like that because it stays stable. And the second day, we didn't receive a signal. It just means don't touch it. Just leave it red. Just leave it out. For a couple of days, don't touch it. And even yesterday, while it was still going up a little bit, see, the trend hasn't completely moved completely. So tonight, what is it now, 7:30? About 8, 9, we'll receive a signal tonight saying charts are updated. I'm pretty sure we'll probably get back in tonight. I mean, this is just a guide. If you want to get in, you see going back in. It's yours, but I'm just following the signals, and I'm making money with it. And what I love about these signals is that you may have a couple of bad signals, but they're not very often. I mean, nothing is perfect. But if you have a bad signal, you lose a little bit. But you have a good one and you make that much. Well, after a while, what happens is that a month, you made more coins. That's all that I care about. I don't care if you give me one bad signal out of every 4 or every 5. So this is for Bitcoins. The signals were pretty good. As for Ethereum, look at Ethereum here. Just before it dipped a couple of days ago, right here, day or 2 ago, red, right on the first candle. So we got out at the first candle of Ethereum. It went all the way down, and we got in right yesterday, just before it started going back up right here. That was a perfect call for our Ethereum. As for Litecoins, it got out at the second dip. It went all the way down. It told us not to do anything. It went all the way down here. It went a little bit up. Now it's coming a little bit down. So it's kind of stabilized there. Pretty sure that tonight we'll get a green to get back into Litecoins. So the signals work. It's once a day. Between 8 and 10 o'clock, you receive a chart updated notice. You go to your back office. You check your signal. It says to get back in. You buy back in. It says to sell. Just sell it and leave it there and wait for the next signal. Now, you're starting, you don't trust it. Hey, you can always write it on white paper and see if they work. You'll see they work. You can always start with a little bit and just test it out. I went all in. I just said, I have to see if it works. So I just put $1,000 in each, and I want to see if they work, and it works. So then I went all in. Now, that's for the trading part of it. You also have commodities, which is gold and silver. Signals to get out all the way, get back in right here. The signals, even for gold and silver, are awesome. For those who are in Forex, I know a couple of guys that came in. I mean, they're already Forex traders. They said, wow, just right here, Forex. Look at this signal here on Forex, on the first one. It told us to get out right here at top. It went all the way down. It went a little bit up. It went down. Okay, see, we're not doing in and out. I mean, if you want to do that, you can do it. That this is not the trading platform for you. This is for those who, like, let's say the majority of the population that just wants to like come home every day and just know if you have to get in or get out. And once a day is enough to create some crazy wealth, because if you look at this Forex signal that we got out, it went all the way down, even though we lost a little bit up and down. So who cares? We're not there day trading. It went all the way down to here, and it told us to get back in here. It didn't tell us to get here, here, here. It went all the way down, and it told us to get in right there. It's pretty good signals. We're going to make some crazy money with these signals, just using them one a day. That's one way. So just that in itself is worth more than $139 a month. I've seen some signals that are selling at $250, $1,000. So anyways, we'll just put that aside. Some are very good. So the signals themselves are worth the monthly inscription. The ICO reports are even worth more than that. So if you get both of them for $139, we're talking about some crazy money. 3T Network is not just about people that know how to build, right? People that know how to build, I'll tell you one thing, I'll talk to them in private, because I'm not going to start sharing my compensation plan or what I'm earning or start making a big fuss about it. I'll tell you one thing, it's probably one of the most lucrative binaries I've ever seen. We're talking about 33% on the Louis Curlet, with overrides, with matching bonuses, with startup bonuses, with Q&E. Very lucrative. I'm impressed. I just signed up 14 people personally, and I'm right now the second top earner in the company. Very proud of my team. I have a lot. Just amazing. I mean, I just signed up 14 guys, but 14 leaders. I didn't even go get anybody else. Just 14 leaders. And they all came in. Not one turned around. That's how great this was. The compensation plan is lucrative. So for the builders, they're going to make some really awesome money, okay? But you know what? There's also second kind of people. People that come into the business, they want to build, but they don't know how. They don't know. I don't know. It's not. Some people want to build, but they just can't. Well, you know what? These guys are going to make some crazy money too, because they're going to join the ICO with the group or by themselves. They're going to make some crazy returns with these ICOs. And what are they going to do? They're going to go around to everybody saying, hey, look, man, I put $500, I make 5,000, or I put 300, I put 2,000. Just with the results they'll be getting, they're going to bring in a lot of people, so they're going to make some crazy money. Well, then you have the third guy, the guy who doesn't like MLM. He thinks it's a scam. He doesn't like it. You know, you just don't even try to approach him. Well, you know what these guys know? They know money. If you can show them a crazy return, they're in. So we're talking about three types of people here. We can get the marketers, we can get the people that want to market, and we can get the people that don't want to market. Whichever way, it's a win-win for everybody. That's what 3T Network is about. I'm just totally blessed to have met the owners personally. I'm just tied to corporate, and all my leaders on the team, they're just tied to corporate. We can have the owners online with us anytime we want. We don't have to send a support ticket. The one thing also I wanted to mention about the ICOs, when we do a group ICO with the team, you decide what you want to put. You can start as small as 100. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, some ICOs you have to put 1,000. So you can start as small as you want. As soon as the ICO hits the exchange after 2 weeks, you get a little Telegram message saying, okay, it's going to a certain exchange. They make a little video to show you open that exchange if you didn't do it, how to do it. After a couple of weeks, when it goes up a little bit, you receive another notice saying, all right, everybody, sell 15% or 10%, depending, because they want you to take your money back away. So basically what they're trying to teach everybody is invest some money in the ICO. As soon as it goes up just a little bit, we're talking about 30, 40 days, and we're not talking about long span. Take your money back right away and reinvest that on the next ICO. So every week we're doing an ICO in the group. So put in whatever amount. You want to start in with 1,000 example? Okay, put in 1,000. Next week, put in, like, if you could afford 1,000 a week, put in 1,000 a week. If you can only afford 200 a week, put in 200 a week. If you can only afford 100, put 100. Put whatever you can afford every week. What it means is that after 4 or 5 weeks, you'll start taking back your initial investment on each one. Now, you take back your investment 15%. A couple of weeks after, they send you another telegram and they say, okay, everybody, take out 30%. You do what you want. They're just like trying to teach everybody, okay, how you create wealth, how you create it, and how you keep it. So you take out 30%. Now you took back your investment. You took back some profit and keep 60% there. And they'll tell you, listen, we think that this coin is going to go up so much. You can do what you want. You can leave it there. So basically what it means is this. Do it for 4, 5, 6 weeks. And when they start coming back, you start taking your money back, you start taking 30% back on each one, and you will actually be reinvesting in ICOs for a year. So in a year from now, you'll have like 40 ICOs with 60% coins in each one. That's the plan behind all of this, with the same investment that you did for 4 or 5 weeks. Crazy, crazy, crazy plan, and it's going to work. It is working. The ICOs from last month, some people have made some crazy, crazy money. I came in last month. I looked at the ICOs. They told us that to get in. And listen, I didn't get in them. I know I just got into Substratum because I trusted that one. But if I was me, I should have got into all 7. That, hey, I just wanted to see if these guys knew what they were talking about. When I realized that it was real, forget it. I shared it with my top guys on the internet, and they all came in. They all met the owners directly, and when you meet the owners, it's a different ballgame. I'm just going to send a little message to Ron, my owner, to make sure that he's coming on this call, because he's been very busy for a couple of weeks. He's been blasted. The guys are very transparent, okay? There's 4 owners, and you can look. I'll give you their names. You can go on the internet, look them up. There's nothing negative or scammy about it. If I can get them online, I want Alonso to talk. I want a couple of leaders to talk. I know that everybody might have a question, but we can't all ask a question at the same time. So just let a couple of people ask some questions. I'm sure you'll get all your answers you want. If anybody else has other questions too, you can reach out to me privately or to your leader, and I'll get to it. Or just put it in the chat group, and yes, I'll ask some questions. I'll answer some questions that are in the chat. So let me just send a message to my dear Ron to see if he's coming on. He said he was coming on exactly at 7:30, so just send him a message. Hello, Ron.
I've been here. You need to unmute me.
Oh my God, you're there. That's great. Wait a second. I'm unmuting you. So good thing. We have our Ron Montaruli, who is one of the owners of this company. Let me just unmute him, not to be impolite. And I'm going to keep the recording going because I want people to hear also Ron, not just the explanation of this company. So where is this here? Participants. Ron Montaruli. Here it is. Unmute. Ron.
Yes,
we have a couple of important people here, and I just asked some of the important people to talk if they have something to say to you. Not everybody at the same time, because we have a big crowd tonight. I'm sad. I know more it's going, the more that we have people. So before I let everybody ask questions, but now it's getting so big that I'm just going to limit the people that ask questions. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely. I was listening in for the last about 7, 8 minutes. So
let me just bring you on screen here. I'm going to stop sharing. Please, Ron.
Whatever questions you guys want to ask, I'm happy to answer them.
Let me just unmute a couple of people. I'm going to mute on a couple of people here.
So I'm assuming everybody on the line here is already joined 3T Networks?
No, not everybody yet.
Okay.
You have a lot of new people here looking at it also.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful.
So I muted Alonso. I'm going to mute Luciano. I'm going to mute Cheryl, Derek, all the people that are already a couple of leaders on the team, and not disrespect with anybody here, okay? It's just I'm going to if you have any questions, please post it in the chat and we'll get it answered. So sure. Please just share a little bit about yourself, the ownership, the vision of the company. I mean, it's not that, yes, I do a good job, but when you explain it, it even sounds a little bit more rounded out. All
right, well, I'll just take a couple of minutes to explain a little bit about 3T Networks and the concept behind it. First and foremost, we just think there's a great opportunity right now with timing. We know that the cryptocurrency world is obviously a very, very hot topic. And there's a lot of people, especially in North America, that are really just kind of getting used to it. Maybe everybody on the line here is familiar with cryptocurrency. So I always remind people to remember what it's like to be new. And the opportunity is pretty straightforward. I believe personally, even myself initially, I take myself as an example, a lot of people don't want to get involved with cryptocurrency because they don't understand it, number one. And number two, probably the most important thing is they're afraid they're going to lose their money. So that alone kind of gave me an opportunity to communicate with a very, very good friend of mine who is the gentleman that provides the signals to our company. I've been working with him for over 4 years. And the information that he's been providing for over 25 years as a financial publisher is information that I've personally used every single day. And it's helped me with my retirement plans. It's helped me to get involved with in my discount brokerage account. So anything and everything that had nothing to do with cryptocurrency. Then all of a sudden, cryptocurrency came to the scene, and I had a chat with them and said, hey, based on all the knowledge that you have, the experience that you have, do you think you can take a look and see if we could provide the marketplace something for Bitcoin? And that's all I asked was Bitcoin, because at the time that was really the key coin on the marketplace. His first answer was no. And the reality is until you have a significant amount of data point to be able to put into the algorithms, his philosophy has always been the same as my philosophy is. First and foremost, we're here to protect people's wealth. The second part is if we can protect it, then that way we can help them grow it as well. So I know my good friend, and he sat back and went away from me and said no. And I scratched my head a little bit, and we keep on talking to each other. And then, of course, I get a phone call from him, and he says, I got a gift for you. And I said, what are you doing now? He said, I went and checked out everything that I needed to check out. I talked to my programmers. I did my analysis. So 3 months later, he comes back to me and he says, okay, here, start looking at the charts. Take a look at the data points. Take a look at what we can accomplish for you guys. He goes, it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. Take a good look. So we analyzed it, made sure that it made a lot of sense, got a real clear understanding of it. And then he came out and said, listen, I can do it for Ethereum and I can do it for Litecoin as well. Main reasons being is it's over $1 billion market cap. It has anywhere between $3 to $5 million worth of trading every day. And there's enough data to be able to put into their algorithms that would allow them to feel confident that people would succeed with following the signals. We don't provide any financial advice or financial publishing company. We don't tell anybody what to do. We don't guarantee anything. What we do is we educate the population about the cryptocurrency world for now. And basically we help people to get a wallet, fund a wallet, and help them understand how to get their first Bitcoin, for example. And that's a big move, to be honest with you, for a lot of people. That's a lot. What we do then is we basically take them to the next level once their comfort levels get a little bit better. And we start to share with them and say, listen, we want to provide information and we want to provide tools that'll help you to protect what you've purchased, what you've learned how to purchase in the cryptocurrency world. So we provide some signals that'll help you protect from these massive crashes. Here's my analogy with our signals. It's pretty straightforward. It's kind of like a championship baseball team. They play a lot of games, right? Well, a championship baseball team also loses a few games here and there along the way. Well, it's the same thing when you're following signals and when you're trying to get in and out of the marketplace. You're not going to be 100% perfect, but if you follow it over and over and over and over and over again, you'll end up becoming a champion. And the reality is that's what our signals do. They allow people to basically protect their wealth and get back into the marketplace when there's a high probability that the markets go forward. So really, really important that we, because I heard the language with Luigi, and I want to use this as both an opportunity to share with you, but also as an opportunity for communication education. We never tell anybody anything. All we do is provide information so that you can make whatever decisions you want. I can't guarantee you how much money you'll make. I can't guarantee you anything. All I know is that the signals have worked. They work. They're awesome. They're not perfect. They don't get you out at the top, and they don't get you in at the bottom, but they can get you into the belly of the major moves. And that's really, if anybody understands finances, that's actually what you're trying to do. You're trying to get as much as you can. If you can get 70% of a decent move, then you've done really, really well. So our whole purpose, I've gone on calls with people and they've said, yeah, I do my trading every day and I can do better. And I'm like, awesome. Here, this is 2 minutes a day for the average person anywhere in the world. You get a notice on your Telegram group. It tells you the charts are been updated. You pop in, you look, and if it's red, get out. If it's green, you're in. And that's it. Go back, watch your movie. If you're, put your movie on pause, go back with your wife or your husband and continue on with your life without having to sit in front of screens, without having to figure out everything or none of that stuff. So that's really, really important and very appealing to people all around the world. Mining, mining it's not super sexy, but quite frankly, it gives you an opportunity to be able to, that's actually the product developer calling me, quite frankly. So I had to say no. But product in reference to mining, mining is awesome. It's another way that you can generate revenue in the cryptocurrency world. And quite frankly, it's pretty damn good. It's simple. It's easy. It's push a button and you're in. And it's awesome. Do we guarantee what kind of returns you make? Absolutely not. We won't even show you a screenshot, because if you do that, now you've crossed the line and you're providing a security. We don't provide securities. We're just the marketing arm to a mining organization, and we allow them to be able to work together, and we're out of the picture, but you'll do well with that. And then the last part, as you know, is trying to get involved with the ICOs. And so we do provide people with strategies. We don't tell people to sell. What we do is what's called copy trading, which is 100% legal. And basically what we do is we basically tell our members, hey, this is what we're doing. This is our strategy. I actually, my son, who's 22 years old, manages all my money. And it's really simple to do. Some people don't want to learn it, so we have a done-for-you program. But it's not complicated. Once you've got your tokens, you just find out when they're going to go on the exchange. You zip your money, you zip your coins over to the exchange. And what we do personally, it's super easy. I just put an order in for 30% of my tokens at 4 times growth. I put an order immediately for 10% for 6 times growth, and I leave 60% there. And whatever happens, happens. And the reason we do it is because whenever you see a green ICO, we have reds, yellows, and greens. We believe that it's a great coin for the long term. This is not a quick, but if you've ever watched your ICOs, what happens is everybody gets in, they try to get as much as they can, the price drops, and then it takes time. And then what happens is the companies that are involved take the crowdfunding, they start implementing it into their company, which takes potentially a year to actually do what the whole purpose of the ICO is for. Once that ICO actually starts to gain traction, which is a real company doing a real thing with their tokens, all of a sudden they start seeing growth with their coins. So for me personally, I just leave it there. We'll see what's going to happen in 2 years from now, 3 years from now. I'll be able to go into my account and go, whoa, hey, I paid 2 cents for this, and this thing's at $7. Nice. It could be at 4 cents. I don't know. But I think if we do enough of them, and the analysis that is done on the ICOs through Robert Timmerman in Thailand for us, who's excellent at what he does, thorough with what he does, I just think it's a great opportunity to do well in that environment. So that's kind of like how the company got started. We felt that there was a need. We felt that there was an opportunity. And as an educational institution, we took the education and we took the tools, we put them together. And people will always want those signals because it's super simple, super easy, and it helps them to succeed. But I need to share this. No one's talking about our trend trader. No one talks about our Forex products. No one talks about our silver and gold, but we actually provide those as well. So here's what I already think is going to happen in about 2 years from now. We got leaders from all around the world starting to build and build big. People are excited. They're coming over. They're sick and tired of the crap that's out there. They're seeing a legitimate, real company that allows the power to be put into other people's hands. We educate them. We never touch your money, and we just educate you. But what's going to happen in 2 to 3 years from now is you don't know and I don't know, but I can guarantee you the governments are going to get their greedy hands involved in this one way or the other, because money controls the world, and the governments and all the bankers don't want to lose control. So we don't know what's going to happen down the line. But here's what I want to share with you. And this is really, really important, because I know how hard it is to build an organization. I know it's 10, 12 hours a day. I know it's herding cats. I know it's a lot of training. I know it's a lot of legwork. I know it's a lot of miles in the air when you want to build a big company. I understand what's involved. But what's going to happen is down the line, you can mark my words, record this, and then play it back in a couple of years from now and mark my words. What's going to happen is people are going to realize that there's other ways to protect your money. Take advantage of the tax benefits by having an RSP, by having a tax-free savings account, or it doesn't matter where you are in the world. But you need to protect that money. So my saying is this, folks, it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep that matters. So what our whole goal is to help you during this extremely exciting time. Some people call it the year of the ICO. Some guys, they call it a revolution. I don't know what to call it. But what I know is there's an incredible opportunity here for some serious wealth generation. But what my goal and my prayer is that we're able to put these things into centralized, regulated industries that we have a tool, which is our products, believe it or not, that can help you to protect and grow that wealth forever. What does that mean? Here's what it means. It means that all the work that you will have done for a year or 2 years or 3 years will not go for naught. Your organization will never leave. They'll never leave because they need the tools. The education, they've already figured out. They've been around for 2 years. They've educated themselves. They understand. They're better for it. But the tool, which is the signals, people will not get rid of it because their money is being protected by it, and it's given them the opportunity to grow their wealth as well over time. And so what happens is you will have that residual income that everybody talks about, but for whatever reason seems to just disappear into thin air after a few years with other companies. I've been around for 18 years. I speak a little bit of French, a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of English. And I've worked in 26 different countries at the same time, managing 2 different billion-dollar companies. So I have an understanding of what's required, what's involved, and I've seen a lot of stupid things done in the marketplace. I've seen owners destroy billion-dollar companies because of greed, just because they don't understand certain things. So I've learned a lot of things to do, and I've learned a lot of things not to do. And Dan, you may have met, our CEO, is a smart cat. He's developed ICOs in the past, so these guys really, really have a good understanding of the industry itself. And so we feel that we're in the right place at the right time with the right information. People are thirsty for it. And that's basically my story. And that's really it. It really is simple. Just so you know, the branding and the website and the back office and all that stuff is all getting revamped. It's going to be super slick, super nice. We're excited about the group that we're working with. We're working on different ways to make it easier, simpler for the average person to get into 3T networks, because most people don't have a Bitcoin account or Ethereum or Litecoin. So there's a little bit of delay there. So we understand that. We knew that from the beginning, but we want to make sure that we're working with the right partner to be able to get that in place as well. So I think I've had a little bit too much coffee today because my mouth is rambling pretty fast, but I apologize for that. But I just wanted to get that message out to you guys. And I'm here to answer questions and whatever it is that you would like to know.
Just before I pass you a couple of questions here. So basically what you mean is that we might be having a way for people to be joining with a credit card, or I don't know what association, that people will be able to join with cash or a credit card instead of having to join with coins.
Yes, we're working on that right now.
Okay.
And I don't want to say more than that. Just because,
I understand that.
Yeah.
The other thing, just before I pass you the questions, is the signals are also for retirement funds, just to make it clear to everybody. It's everything you said: Forex, gold, silver, cryptos, and also retirement funds. That's pretty big also. Well,
if I can make a comment, most people don't realize that your retirement plans, whether you live in the United States, Canada, or anywhere in the world, the S&P 500 pretty much determines whether or not all markets are going to crash or all markets are going to rise. So our signals, our main signals come off of the S&P 500. We called the 2000 crash, got people back in 2003. We called the 2008 crash, got people back in April 2009. And we're going to call the 2018 crash when it happens. And I'm going to tell you something. Again, you got this on recording. I'm going to tell you something. People are going to be screaming, going wild and crazy, because people like my parents in the year 2008 lost a lot of money. They lost 53% of their money because they didn't know what to do. And all we tell people is, hey, you know how easy this is? You don't want to manage your own money? Don't. Call your advisor when you see a red signal and say, hey, take all my investments and put them into a money market account. I'll take my 1% while everybody goes down the toilet. Then when you get a green signal, it could be 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years from now, you call them back and say, hey, you know all the stuff you had me in? If it still exists, put them back into those, and I'll give you a call back whenever I want to put you in cash again. And that's it. And that's what people do. So it's a pretty powerful program. Sorry, Luigi, I just wanted to.
It's okay, no, but it's okay because I'm recording it tonight, and I wanted you to touch on a couple of points because this is going to be an important recording for us, for our team. And it also the fact that, you know, when you have financial advisors, you know, they think they work for you. You were saying the other day, but you end up paying like 60%, you said, after so many years. What was that little explanation, please?
Yeah, what people don't understand is obviously with mutual funds, there's obviously a kickback. Your advisor may be charging 1%, 2%, but on average, what people don't know is your retirement plan over 30 years at 2% fees. Do the math. Go on the internet and go do an analysis of 2% how much is it going to actually cost you in over 30 years? And it's approximately 60% of your wealth. So people don't know this. And so we just teach them the truth. And if you get an S&P 500, which anybody can get if they want, it's the cheapest mutuals that you can own. And you're owning the best 500 companies in the world, which is, by the way, self-regulated if you don't know. If you're a crappy company, they kick you out of the top 500 and they bring in the next good one. So the S&P 500 is actually self-regulating itself to make sure that they're the top. And now what you're doing, if anybody says, hey, we need to be diversified. Yeah, you're in the top 500 companies. Personally, I'm in the S&P 500. I'm in the Dow. I'm in the Russell. And I'm in the NASDAQ. Right there is about 5,000 different securities that are all tied into 4 that I get to buy and split up my money for the future. And we teach this stuff over time. Right now, nobody really wants to hear that from me because they're all excited about cryptocurrency and all that stuff, which is totally cool. But this is the stuff that we will be teaching over time. And mark my words, more people are going to start to listen to this as well as what's going on in the cryptocurrency world.
Thank you very much. I have Derek. I'm just going to unmute you. Wanted to ask a question. And if anybody has a question, I'm trying to answer some in the chat here. If somebody has something to say, if Alonso, you want to say something directly to Ron? More than a pleasure to ask. Are you okay, Alonso? You want to say something to Ron?
No, I'm okay. I'm good.
All right, buddy. I have Derek here. Let me bring Derek online. Let me open up your mic, Derek. And I have another question. I'll answer that too. I just saw it in the chat here. Here, let me open up. Here you are, Derek.
Hey, thanks, Luigi. Thanks for a fantastic presentation. And Guy, for everyone else who's on the call, thanks for being here. And Ron, especially to you, hopping on another call with us. I think I've been on about 7 or 8. And
it's amazing, eh? In just the last couple of weeks.
So I'm seeing you almost daily. I see you more than I see my dog. So two questions for you. I know Signals, the fact that we can do Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin is because of past history and volume of trading. And I know you're probably getting asked this question a lot. When can we expect to see other things like Ripple to trade with? Do you have an idea?
We have some plans coming down the line, so I would rather under-promise and over-perform. I do know that there's a lot of people that are asking for these things. I am working with our product developer right now, and we're in the process of developing something, but we're not going to bring to market something that we don't feel comfortable with.
Absolutely.
If we feel comfortable with it, then we'll come to market with it. Because to be honest with you, all of you on the line here, just because the people want it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best thing for the company. We need to think long term. And if it means we have to wait 6 months so that we can provide the best service possible, then the smartest thing to do for everyone in the marketplace as well as the company is to wait 6 months.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'd rather it be done right than be done too early to appease the field.
Yeah,
absolutely. You guys are the experts. One other question. Regarding customer service, I've been in network marketing for 27 years, off and on with different companies, too many to name, too many to remember, quite honestly. One of the things that always gets discussed is customer service. And I know you've been asked this. I've been on a call when you've been asked this question. Some of the people might not have heard, but I want to know what 3TN's doing to make sure that tickets get answered in a timely fashion. That's so important. That can make or break a company as far as I'm concerned.
It's a great question, and it's an absolute truth. Customer support is critically important, especially when an organization is growing rapidly. So there's a couple of things that we obviously want to do. And if you know anything about the industry, the beautiful thing about what we do is we're educational in nature. So one of the beautiful things is oftentimes the questions that we get are questions that we can easily say, that's in your back office. That is here, that is there. That's the good news. The second thing is, as we're building our questions that come in, which happen to be pretty much the same questions all the time, we're building our frequently asked questions database. So our system, just so you know, the system that we're using is a system that is used with over 700 different companies, of which multiple of those companies are billion-dollar companies. So the platform can handle massive growth. That's really important for us because we knew that we were going to be in a situation where we were going to have that growth. So part of the build-in is the frequently asked questions. The other part is because we're dealing with a digital product, we don't have to have in-house customer support. So we have organizations that we have contracts with that can grow with us, and they'll be working for us. It's just a matter of being able to communicate, have their head train all their people, and bring on more people as time goes on. That's normal with any company in the world. But the beautiful thing is, with all the people that we have, you'd be shocked at how many few tickets we actually have. But we do want the tickets because we want to track them, and we want to make sure that we can get back to them as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So those are really important points. I may add another point in reference to our product. The product point, think about it. We send out a telegram at 7 p.m., let's just say, okay? So everybody's all like, I want to go see the signals. Well, we can handle, our servers are in 5 different countries, and we can handle at this particular moment right now, if 1 million people went to that site right now at the same time, they would all gain access. There wouldn't be a backlog. That's really important that we have backups for the backups as well. And that's something that we have on that side, as well as the company itself, the back end as well as on that.
Yeah, because rapid growth is a beautiful thing, but it can also be I've also seen companies that have grow too quickly. We can't handle the growth, and that's so important that I want to promote the heck out of this company. I have been promoting the heck out of it. I love everything about it. I haven't seen anything that I don't like. I'm just sitting by customer support, customer support, customer
I understand.
support. You answered the question. There's really nothing else you have to say. I appreciate you answering that, Ron. Thank you.
Yeah, if I could add something to that, one of the things that I depended on as I was building 26 different countries was leadership. The truth of the matter is what we need to do as a company, which we're doing, and you're going to see a whole new library of videos and things of that nature, is our leadership is already stepping up, and they're going to be our mic. They're going to be our ink. They're going to be the people that are promoting and answering questions and organizing massive calls and doing their own trainings, because the company can only do so much. And the truth of the matter is, as I've been in this business for 18 years, corporate doesn't know anything. My leader knows everything. So, and that's totally okay. I understand that completely. And we want the leaders to take the leadership role. We want you guys to get the credit for all the information, working hand in hand with us. We will have our own councils so that we can ensure that things are getting done in French, getting done in Spanish, getting done in Russian, which they are, getting done in Chinese, making sure we're expanding globally. But when we expand globally, which we already are, we need leaders to step up and work with us and help us through the process, because if we think that we're going to put everything on our shoulders, it'll crush us. So the beautiful thing is, understand that ownership here understands that this is a team effort, and we're prepared to work with our leaders, listen to our leaders, and really, really work together hand in hand.
Yeah, you've shown it. Thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate your time. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Derek, thank you very much, because you are one of my awesome leaders, and I know that you're doing it with all your heart, man. I'm reaching out to you. Thank you very much, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, appreciate it.
You know what? I feel the same way as you, man. I'm just in love with everything I've seen here. You know, I've been in some companies, startups, and I said, never again will I do a startup, Derek, never again. So when this came up, it had to be really good for me to get into a startup, okay? I always said to myself, I won't do a company before a year. It has been open a year. And this is the first time that I'm doing a startup that I'm actually seeing, wow, these guys are going fast. And when they say that leadership has a word to say, it's so true. When I started, they had Bitcoins and Ethereum as a payment. I said to Ron, hey, Ron, can you please put Litecoins as a payment? Less fees. Right away. It took 2 days. It was there. Another thing right away, just a couple of things, the way that we're paid. I said, hey, can you maybe adjust it so everybody will be more happy? He says, let me think about that right away. He came back and said, yes, we'll do it. Another thing I asked him, I said, hey, listen, I have a French team started here in Quebec, and they have people all over Europe, in France and Belgium, all over. I mean, I brought in some big leaders, and he put right away the back end, the back office, he's putting it in French. I got some people who are already translating everything in French. Now I have a big leader who wants to do everything in Spanish. This is just starting. Hey, I'm putting everything in Spanish. I'm just looking for another leader to help him blow up the Spanish community all over the world. So this is amazing. I mean, we can actually start everything in any language we want. You get a big leader and you say, hey, you want to take care of the translation? We can put it in your language. It's just beautiful. Thank you very much, Derek, for everything. Those questions were very, very important. I have just a couple of questions here, and I'm going to let you go, Dan. You said to me, you wanted to get out and have a couple of beers tonight. You haven't had time all week, and I think that's just fair. So maybe I have just one question here says, when we contribute to an ICO that is larger amount to get into for the average person, just want to clarify that it isn't looked at as a pooling money. Please explain so we can explain properly to the people. Thank you. Do you understand that question, please?
Yes, indeed. And in actual fact, we already got one lawyer on this. We have another lawyer and yet another lawyer on this as well to ensure that, in fact, the done for you is done correctly.
Yeah, I mean, because the done for you ICO, Canada and United States, some were not allowed to do. So I guess the question has to do with that, right?
Well, that has, without a doubt. So you may, what we're going to be doing, again, we're still getting our final analysis from our second and third opinion. If it happens, we do have a contingency plan to ensure that we're helping people all the time. But it may come to the point where we ultimately will filter out all the ICOs that that are not limited to any particular countries, so that we can stay on the right side of the law at all times, and ensuring that we're doing that. So in the process right now, we're okay. But what we do is we want to make sure as we expand globally, and we are, that we're getting the proper legal counsel for all of that to make sure. Again, if someone ever comes back and says, you know, this is a little bit on the gray, here's my answer to that. Gray's not good. I don't accept gray. We have an incredible opportunity here that is global in nature and growing extremely well. It's not worth it. So we already have a contingency plan that would be able to help in reference to the Done For You program. So that will have an answer within probably 2-3 days.
And finally, I'm going to end the call with you. I'm going to stop the recording, and I want to say thank you. And you just end one more note for the legal side of it, because you have a lot of people, you know, that are hurt from a couple of companies that closed, and you have to understand that it's normal. Just for the legal perspective, can I end this call on why is this legal and why we're not going to get closed down in a year, please?
Sure. As I said, we're a financial publishing company. We provide information that help people make whatever decisions they wish to make. That is the key. So we don't go around promising things in any which way or form. We do not touch your money. We don't handle your money. We don't promise you anything in return. The key is education and tools. The education is clear. It's an educational institution teaching people what they need to know. But importantly, is we provide signals based on our algorithms that will tell us what we think could potentially be happening. At the end of the day, we have a lot of very sophisticated traders that are using our product and have been using our product for a long time. And what they do is they use this information as complementary information for whatever strategies they have. So you got to understand, guys, no matter whether it's Sandberry or Angel Publishing, these are publishing companies that provide information, and people ultimately make their own decisions. That's critically important. So when we do communicate with people, I've had one particular person that I did not know was actually a licensed advisor, asked me a question about his money, and the first line said, "I'm really sorry, but I cannot give you any financial advice. No, that's not what we do here. Our information is basically the information that we provide through our subscriptions, and you'll need to make your own decisions." His email back was, "Thank you very much for that answer. Now I feel safe that I am really truly with a compliant company, and now I can go hard." So he was actually testing me.
One last question. It's very important for Edita, and she's another of my big leaders, so I cannot overlook her question. It's very important because we did a Done For You ICO, which is Restart Energy, right?
Yeah.
And Restart Energy, just to answer you, Edita, we got 100% of those Restart Energy tokens for everybody. You also got the bonus of 20%. Now you have to set up your MyEther wallet, like we've been telling everybody to do with videos. With that, you have to go to your back office and you have to send a support ticket to corporate saying, "Hello, this is Edita. Can I please have my Restart Energy tokens on this wallet?" Because you have to give the address of MyEther wallet. They want to also know how much did it cost for, like how much did we pay for each token, and yeah, that's it. How much did each token cost? Because where do we get that information, the price of each token, Ron? Please?
Yeah, that's something you'd want to talk to Dan and Robert Timmermans about. I do a lot of stuff, but I can't do everything. So when it comes to the ICOs and all that stuff, I let the professionals take care of that. And I focus on, as an operations manager, my job is to make sure that the pieces are working as best as they can. And when they're broken, I fix them as fast as I can so that we can grow, and we can grow quickly.
Okay, so that I'll ask right away, Dan, and I'll ask Mr. Timmons, and I'll get you the answer right away, okay? So as for getting it in your wallet, like I said, send the support ticket, tell them to send it to your address wallet so you can get them right away in your wallet. The price, I'll get it to you right tonight or tomorrow as soon as I speak to Dan. Somebody asked me where it's registered. We're registered in the USA and we're registered in Singapore, right?
Correct. USA is the subsidiary of our Singapore company. That's correct.
Okay, have a quick question for Ron. Let me unmute you then. I'm going to finish with that question, everybody. And if there's other questions, just let me know after and I'll send some messages to them because I respect his time. He's been doing too much for us. So, hey, it's all yours, Luciano.
Hey, Ron, how are you, Luciano?
Hey, Luciano.
Ciao, come stai?
Bello di babbo qua. Ci sta due italiani. Tre.
Yeah, listen, I know you want to run quickly, and I know you answered that already because you are putting through different languages, and because I'm very interested in launching the Spanish community, do you have an ATA of when you're going to have some Spanish content available? Because I really want to run with that.
Okay, so here's what's awesome about the platform that we use. Because it's been in operation for 30 years, they have developed the Spanish language in the background. So it's literally, I push a button. What I need to basically do is take all of our policies and procedures and have those all translated in Spanish. Now, I don't use a professional translator. And the reason I don't, because I've learned this in the 18 years I've been in this industry, I find that the language is always a little bit different for our industry. So I typically have leaders, real good leaders that speak Spanish and speak English that can do that. And then we have it check and double check to make sure that the language is correct. We then just need to go into our back office and like the shopping cart in certain areas that are more geared towards us. Then what we just need to do is make sure that's cleaned up. My anticipation is probably, here's what I want to tell everybody. We're in soft launch. We're not in pre-launch. We're paying everybody. We're doing the pre-launch is another world. We're in soft launch, just like a restaurant does a soft launch so that they make sure that, you know, what are the kinks and sort that out. That's why we do a soft launch. Soft launches in general take around 2 to 3 months. That's what takes the time to make sure that everything is functioning well, that you find things that you wouldn't have otherwise find. I'm going to say that we're most probably, based on what I've seen completed, I would say that February the 1st, you will see our actual relaunch. Then we're going to start doing a global tour. So I'm in North America. I'm happy to go across Canada, United States. Saves the company money because I'm local. I can run around here. And then we have our Asian guys over there that can take care of Asia, run around like lunatics over there. We're going to get our road show, get the dog and pony show going. We're going to get over to Europe as well. If we need to go into Africa, we can do that as well. So the cool thing is we can do that. So to answer your question, I'm not avoiding the question. I feel fairly confident that come February the 1st, everything will be in place. Usually, gentlemen and ladies, when I say a date, I'm usually always giving myself buffer. So I would prefer to call you on another date that's sooner than that and say, hey, it's ready to go. But I'd like to have that 2-week buffer.
So I'm going to end on this closing.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm going to end on this closing statement to you, Luciano, is this. In French, okay, I launched my French team. I got some massive leaders here in Quebec that have contacts all over the French countries. And we already, Dan, he already gave me all the original documents to translate. He gave me the master for the presentations to start translating. We've almost finished it. I'm giving it back to him. So the French is all ready. Now, as for the Spanish, you're going to be the first Spanish guy on my team. And hopefully we can get another big leader who can help us in Spanish. Wow. If we get somebody to translate it, Luciano, and give it him.
We have a few on the line. We got Alonso. We got Pern.
I know that. That's why we have to talk after, and so we can get the Spanish launch right away.
Yeah.
Muy importante que nosotros hablamos en español aquí, ¿no?
Claro, sí.
Español.
You speak Spanish too, you're telling me?
Claro que sí. Mi esposa viene de México.
Ah, mira tú, no sabía esto.
Hey, I got to hold back a couple of little surprises.
No, but you know what's cool is that when you're going to go do a presentation, you'll be able to speak Spanish, you'll be able to speak Italian, French, and English. Wow, we got an amazing guy here.
Listen, and just to close with the Italian connection, we got, if we do it in Italian, me, Luigi, you, and all of us, we're going to Italy.
We're going to Italy. I'm bringing all my leaders to Italy, all expenses paid, buddy. Trust me.
On you go.
Hey. Thank you, everybody, for being there. Thank you. Yes, I'll get back to Edita on the exact place. Thank you, Ron. You're worth $1 million. Thank you, all my leaders who are online. This has been an awesome call, and we'll do many more. Talk to everybody soon.
Thank to all you guys, because the reality is 3T Networks doesn't exist if it's not for you guys. So let's all give ourselves a big round of applause. Let's go out there, kick some butt, and have some fun, and help people to truly, truly change their lives forever. Take care, guys.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, bello.